welcome to another Friday Facebook session from Grow Traffic. And today, it's on Remembrance Day, isn't it? 11th of November. We are here today to talk about Us pages. 5 top tips for creating a really good About Us page. So before we go any further, I must apologise. Simon Daly, in his infinite wisdom, has bought some horrendous chemical thing to try and stop the cats from pissing in places that they shouldn't. Apparently, it's like pepper spray. And he sprayed it all over the house, and it's just at the back of my throat, and so I keep coughing. So I apologise now if I just cough my entire way through this. It's all Dali's fault. Anyway, yeah, here we go. So let's do introductions. First of all, Liz, what's your name and where'd you come from?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Liz from Liz Henson Photography. I'm a commercial photographer, and I help businesses stand out with fab photos.
Oh, excellent.
I love that. Yeah. That was the most professional introduction we've ever had.
I mean, both of us are like shocked. We're like, oh my God, that was like, she knows what she's talking about.
There's a way that you can actually do this, and it just sounds better than, I'm Hannah.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Who are we? What day is it? What are we here for? Yeah. Anyway, Hannah, what's your name? Where'd you come from?
I'm Hannah. And I am from a digital marketing agency, Grow Traffic, who last night won highly commended at the Edge Hill Awards for management and infrastructure or something. Yay! What did we win it for?
We won highly commended Leadership for Growth Award. So yeah, at the Growth and Innovation Awards 2022. Yeah, so I was very impressed with that. Thank you. Yeah.
How's your hangover, Rachel?
Well, I wasn't actually drinking that much, so I'm absolutely fine. But yeah, it was nice to have a hotel room and not have to drive home. The people who we were on a table with, whose names now I can't remember, Adam and Dom, they were absolutely pished as farts. They were getting a taxi home at midnight, and they had to literally be rolled into it. So they had a great night.
Oh wow! And how was it? How was Erin? Was Erin pissed?
No, but she was tipsy. We were tipsy. We were fine. We were fine. We behaved ourselves. Yeah. We represented in a good way, but it was a good night. It was a very good night. Anyway, enough about that malarkey. Time is marching on. Let's crack on with this. So,
who am I?
Rachel Winehold, Grow Traffic, Baker.
Rachel, I've got a question. Yeah. Have you ever been up to collect an award with no shoes on? Who would do that?
So the thing was, first of all, I didn't realize that it was our award because the guys we were sat on, they were like, "Isn't this your category?" I'm like, "No, we're like management something or other." I had my shoes on all the time up until then, but they were just killing me. So I thought I'll just take them off because we're not going to win, are we? So yeah, then I had to go up in my stocking feet. Yeah.
Well, I think it should be a tradition now that any award we ever win or we have to go up on the stage for, you've got to do it barefoot.
Barefoot, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I do most things barefoot, don't I? So it makes no difference. Anyway,
anything barefoot that you shouldn't have done?
Not that I can think of.
No, I drive barefoot.
Yeah, I spent an entire festival barefoot because I forgot my wellies and I only took flip-flops, and you can't walk through ankle-deep mud in flip-flops. So I just went barefoot the whole festival.
I remember that, actually. Yeah, we used to just do a whole weekend of barefoot festivaling, didn't we? Oh, the days before health and safety went mad. Anyway. Let's crack on.
I'll let you go on. I'll not make you say anyway again. Go on.
Okay. About Us pages. So we obviously, as an SEO agency, are auditing websites all the time. And one of the things that we consistently see when we are auditing websites is that the About Us page is invariably the second, maybe the third place that people will visit on a website. So it doesn't matter where they come in from, whether they're coming into a blog post or your homepage or whatever. Once they've got that bit of information that answers their immediate query, what they want to know is, okay, well, who is this company? What do they look like? Do they look trustworthy? Can I give them my money? Should I work with a company that's like this? So they will go to the About Us page. And unfortunately, so many websites have just an appalling About Us page. It might just have a bit of a sentence that says, well, this company was established in 1882 and we do, we make houseplants out of plastic leaves. But it doesn't actually tell you about the people who are in it. There's very rarely any photos. There's nothing interesting on it. And so you can see that people from that page just drop off. And it is the most common page where you will lose traffic because you haven't told them who you are as a business or who you are as people. So what we are here today to talk about is how does one create a good About Us page? And it's really not rocket science. So tip number 1, how do you create a good About Us page? Top tip, have one. Why? Why does it matter?
So many websites just don't have one, and they think, no one cares, no one's interested. But people are nosy. Like you say, it's usually one of the most visited pages on a website. So just make sure you've got one. If you don't have one, I want you to have one by the end of the day. Otherwise, we're going to send around the boys.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people as well. Like I was talking to a company a couple of weeks ago, and I said, look, we need to get an About Us page on there. Like, oh, well, we don't really want our photos on the internet. So your photos are I can Google you now, and there's like 5 or 6 photos that are coming up of you. Your photo is on the internet. That ship has sailed. What are you bothered about? Liz, go on. You're nodding away.
No, like Hannah says, it's people are nosy deep down. They want to know that bit of background story. How many celebs do you go on and then end up on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
You want to know. It's the same in business. They just want to know that little bit more about you and a bit more credibility. And it can also reflect back probably to what you touched on your last Facebook Live about your Google My Business. There's bits on there, isn't there, to put about on. So it's having that marry in, and it's not just the about page. It can be used elsewhere once you've got the content ready.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Without one, it's as if somebody is coming to your door to sell you something because they're on your website, it's in their home, it's on their mobile or whatever. So your website is like in bed with them, on the sofa with them, on the, at the dining table with them. And it's as if like you've come to their door to sell them something and you've put a mask over your face so that they can't see who you are because you don't want them to be able to see you, or you don't want to tell them anything about you, who you are, why they should trust you. No one's going to buy from that. Why would they trust you?
I mean, this is another argument actually that I've heard from people. They say, oh, well, it's just me. It's just me in the business, so I don't want people to know it's just me. Well, for one thing, use that as a selling point. That doesn't, just having a small business is not a negative. Sometimes people want to work with a small business because they get a much more personalized service. There are other ways as well that you can sort of fudge it. You don't have to say it's just me. You can talk about yourself and saying, well, we've got a support team behind me and blah, blah, blah. So there's ways of fudging it without directly lying to people, which you obviously don't want to do. But also, if it is just you and you are a small business, sell that, because that for some people that might be the absolute reason that they come and work with you. It's just it's crazy, isn't it? The reasons people give us to why they can't have an About Us page sometimes.
Yeah, I was talking to a client yesterday, and she's a fellow working mom, and obviously wants to keep to school hours, and then she can do the school runs. And I'm like, well, talk about that, celebrate that.
Yeah.
And you'll find other clients that respect that, or in the same boat and want to work with you and support a fellow small business. That's a perfect place to tell that story.
That's a really good point as well. Like, I think in business, you have to find your like client tribe. You have to find clients that chime with you and that align with you and what you're trying to do as much as you align with them, because you're not going to get on with everybody. You're not going to suit everybody. And if you have an About Us page, you can be authentic on there and start to kind of, pre-qualify people in a way, because we've all worked with clients and we think, oh my God, they're an absolute nightmare. I don't ever want to work with them again. And because it's a clash of values or personalities and getting that across, if we always say, like, we always have our kids running around, as as like, and we take them to meetings where we need to and stuff. And we always say we don't want to work with people for whom that's a problem, because that's not, what we're about. And so if we openly say stuff like that on our About Us page, then that might pre-qualify people who do think that's a problem. And that's fine by us. So it allows you to be authentic and genuine.
Yeah, absolutely. And attract the clients that are the right ones for you. Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, no excuses. Have an About Us page. It needs to have, some information about who the people are, and it needs to have some information about who the business is and what you stand for and stuff. Okay, so tip number 1, have an About Us page. Tip number 2, Make it unique and or personal. Why does this matter? Or how do people do it?
Well, I think like we just said, be authentic, be yourself, like and divulge some information. Like if you know, like smashing 2 pizzas in your face every Friday night, say it. Like, and that's what you do for fun, because it will help you find your tribe. If you've got a yappy little Shih Tzu that won't let you go 5 minutes without him interrupting something, tell people. Like, yeah, like you've got to be authentic on it.
I think on a human psychology level as well, you know, we make connections with human faces, don't we? So, you know, it is, we said it before, it's about trust. And for some businesses, you are going to be asking someone, like I was talking to a solicitors last week, for example, you know, people are going to be engaging them potentially when they are at the most vulnerable and stressed points in their lives. And there's a big barrier to picking up a phone or filling out a contact form or walking into an office if you don't know who you're going to meet when you get in there. Whereas just having an About Us page that's got the information on there, you're removing that barrier straight away. Somebody knows who they're going to be coming to talk to or meet, and they feel more comfortable. They feel like they can trust you. So it needs to be unique to you and your values. Go on, Liz.
And I was going to say, but I think it might touch on the third point, is put some photos in there as well. Again, if you do that personal touch, and if you're going to ring somebody up, it's easy to have a face in front of you to say, oh, I'm speaking to this person, rather than I'm speaking to if you will, a silhouette, because you haven't got a clue who they are in the background. So especially like you're saying with that solicitor's example, and you're perhaps at your most vulnerable, and it's perhaps something that could be life-changing as well by approaching a solicitor. You need to be able to see, approach, and build up that level of trust.
Yeah, absolutely. And that thing about, you know, put a little bit of your life in it, again, that helps with the trust, doesn't it? You know, not everybody is right for working with everybody, but if you say, you know, this is me and this is what I do and this is the type of clients I work with, but also, you know, this is what I do at the weekends, and, you know, I like horses and I spend a lot of time in the countryside. Somebody will see that and go, oh, I do as well. Actually, no, I can have a conversation with that person. I'm going to have something to talk about. So it all helps with that feeling that somebody knows a little bit more about you before they pick up the phone, fill out the form, walk through your door, or whatever it might be.
Do you know what my absolute pet hate is, though? Pet, that's a pun. Is when people have like an About Us page or a Meet the Team page and they put their animal as part of the team, you know, like, oh, this is like Biggles the cat and he looks after meows and treats. Like, I just find it like so like disingenuous.
But you hate that. Some people will absolutely love that. And if Biggles the cat is part of the office team, and that's that's the thing. I mean, it may be if you're running a pet center, a pet store or something.
Oh yeah, like if they really are. I just find it really like overdone now and forced. Like it doesn't seem genuine, and like, although I do quite like it if the animal's in clothes, like bonus points if they've got like a bow tie on. But like, I just
find snooker.
Plain snooker, yeah. I just find it like cliched. So like, be original. Do something that's like original. Yeah.
If you do have an office dog, that's kind of a bit somebody who's in and out of the office. It also makes people aware that if they're coming into a building, there's going to be an animal there. It is a fine line, and again, you'll find your people and disinterest those that are not bothered about it.
Well, it's absolutely that word authenticity, isn't it? And when we say, you know, be unique, be personal to you, you know, your company and the way you do business and operate will absolutely be unique to you. And yes, there will be crossovers with other business, of course there will be, but there will be something that is unique about you and your company. So that's the bit that you push. Don't force it. Don't be disingenuous. Don't try and be funny if you're not a tongue-in-cheek business. You know, be authentic. I hate that word, but it's true, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so tip number one, have an About Us page. Start with the basics and have one. Tip number two, make it unique and make it personal to you and put a little bit of your personality in there. Number three, have good photos and have a range of photos. Go on, Liz. Why do photos matter?
Oh, we touched on this, but it's about being able to see the people and people behind the business. So it can be a mixture from team shots and they can be posed up. Or if you're trying to get the more authentic feel, it can be more relaxed, whether that's at work or more social, like you guys had. you had more social, outdoorsy stuff, but that's suited for you and your business. There's a wide variety of what we can do. And then within that, you've got having the quality as well. So professional versus phone taken, it's what level you want your business to be perceived at. So a professional photograph will represent a professional business, whereas perhaps on your mobile phone, there's a time and a place for it, don't get me wrong, and it might be the only thing you've got to hand. So having a photo is better than no photo. But it's that level of level of authenticity you want to put out there, and level of professionalism of how you want to portray your business.
I think that word professionalism is key as well, but isn't it? Because people hear professional and they think, oh, we've all got to stand there in suits against a white background or something and all have it same. And it absolutely doesn't mean that. It just means, you know, maybe you've got a brightly coloured background. Maybe you're all wearing clown suits if you work for a fancy dress company or something. But it's consistency as much as anything. It's so that someone can see those are a professional set of photos taken of this team because they're consistent and everybody's got, you know, there's a theme or whatever it might be. So it doesn't mean you have to be in a suit and tie in terms of professional photos. You can still absolutely inject your personality into them, can't you?
It's the quality as well. Like, I think getting them done professionally helps with the quality because they're bigger, right? And so they translate better onto bigger screens. So I think, you know, if you're going to do it on your mobile, like, don't try and have a full width image done on your mobile because it's going to look horrible. But, you know, like Liz says, some images are better than none. And if all you can do for now is your phone, that's fine. But, you know, do try and get towards getting some proper photos done because they're not phenomenally expensive either. That's the thing. Like, they don't break the bank. And they do make such a massive difference, especially if you've got, you know, photos of kind of headshots and they're all, like you say, they're not consistent. I think it can look a bit shabby sometimes.
Well, I think it shows that you've invested in your business. Like you say, it doesn't have to be a massive amount of money, does it? But you then have that bank of images. You can use it on your social media, all your marketing material, your website, whatever. But if you've got that set of photos, it shows that you have trusted your business enough to invest in it. And that, again, we're back to that trust. You know, you might think like, well, I'm not a professional person because I'm a single mum and I work part-time hours and blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean you still can't have a good set of photos that say, yeah, all right, I work part-time hours, but I'm still I'm a real business and I'm really good at my job. And you can trust me to do the things that I say I will. So it is, you know, it's about putting across the image that you want to be seen by, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And a good photographer, like Liz, I'm sure you'll agree, like, will listen to kind of what you want and your concerns and how you want to be portrayed and help you achieve that. So, you know, they're not going to railroad you into putting on a suit and sitting in front of a desk. Like, they'll deliver what you ask them for and they'll help you decide what it is that will look good for you and reflect you.
Yeah, give an authentic representation of the business.
Yeah,
that is ultimately what you're after.
Yeah.
And from an SEO point of view, as we said before, you know, the more photos that there are of you online with your name associated with it, the more it just adds to that overall impression that you are a real person doing real business and you're trustworthy for the algorithm's point of view. And that all helps with your rankings. Okay, so number 1, have an About Us page. Good place to start. Get one. Number 2, make it unique. Put some personality in there. Make sure it represents you and your company. Number 3, have some good photos and have a range of photos as well. You could also even have, you know, if you are a sort of professional company that's also quite quirky, have shots that carousel through, that scroll through as people hover over them. So have a professional one and then have one a slightly little bit more fun or tongue-in-cheek or whatever. But just have some proper photos taken. Number 4, provide credentials and think about, we've said it before, trust signals. But, you know, again, this is where people go to get that credibility from you, to think, are they going to be able to do the job? Do they look like I can trust them with potentially a lot of my money? So yes, tell people about who you are and what you do in your spare time and stuff, but also just emphasize that you can do your job. You're qualified. You know what you're talking about. So mention qualifications, continuous personal development you've done, conferences you've been on potentially, but just use it as a means of reinforcing that.
Yeah, other trust signals that you could think about using would be have on like your full office address. So many people don't have an address on their website, and it's really off-putting for people because it makes you look dodgy. But then you could put on, qualifications that you've got that are relevant, like Rachel said, training that you've done, also logos of people that you work with, or like organizations that you're a member of, or accreditations that you've got. You could put on some testimonials from colleagues or customers, or just, Hannah's really lovely, like says her dad.
Nobody ever says that.
Yes, said nobody ever. All right, Hannah's funny. Said nobody ever.
That address thing as well, again, it's really, if people forget how important it is. And again, I was talking to a company the other day and I said, your address isn't on your website. And they said, yes, well, we don't trade out of our address, so we don't want it visible. And I said, well, I just Googled you and got your address from Company's House. So,
Exactly.
your address is on there. Again, it's like your photo, it's available. Why not put it on your website again? It's bonkers, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And it does put people off. This is often your first, second line of sales, and you need them to go to the next step. And if you're e-commerce, like it could be the final step of your sale process. And why would you, Delilah, would you buy from somebody that you don't know anything about? So it just makes sense.
He does other things you can add in there, like award wins.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Have we won any awards recently, Rachel? Show us the trophy again.
Okay, here you go. Here's the trophy. There you go. It's absolutely covered in finger marks now, so it's going to be a nightmare to clean.
Yeah. Are you up for any more this month, Rachel?
Are you up for any more?
I think we are, aren't we? We're up for an R award, aren't we? Yeah.
We're up for 2.
Oh, are we?
Well, you're up for most enterprising.
Oh, yeah. I'm up for that every year. I know. Look, I've been nominated for that for the last 6 years, I think, and I'm not going to win it. So yeah, never mind. But it is nice to be nominated. It's nice to be nominated. Anyway, moving on. Awards. I think the other thing as well, that trust signals is really, really important because, again, Hannah, you mentioned e-commerce. I was having a conversation with an e-commerce company. They have Trustpilot, but they don't have it linked up to their website. And when you look at the words that people are Googling to find their website, the sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th keywords were all about this company reviews, client reviews. So what was happening was people were looking on the website and they were finding products that they liked and they thought the price is all right, yes, but there was nothing on the website that said whether or not this company was trustworthy. They have got thousands of good reviews. They're just not on the website. So people were then leaving and going to Trustpilot or whatever, doing another search. And obviously the chance there is then you lose those people because they might start Googling the item, potentially find it cheaper somewhere else, go on another website, whatever, get that something that they know is going to actually turn up in the post, because all the issues we're all having at the moment with ordering packages and they never arrive, or they're damaged, or they're shit, or whatever. So it's really, really, that trust signal bit is really important, especially if you've got the data to back it up. Okay, definitely. Right. Top tips. Number 1, have an About Us page. Start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. Number 2, make it unique. Put some personality in there. Make it personal to your company. Number 3, have good photos, professionally taken photos. Don't have to be in a suit and tie, but have some nice photos and have a range of them, a nice selection. Number 4, provide your credentials and anything else that encourages trust, any of those lovely trust signals that you can get. And number 5, use it. Use your About Us page. Now that you've created this lovely About Us page, you've got to actually use it. So what are some ways that we can use our About Us page?
Share it on socials.
Share it in your newsletters.
Yeah. I feel a bit on the spot here.
Come on, quickly. Can you make it? Yeah, go on.
Use it to populate like your Google My Business card in your Bing listing, because a lot of the data is similar.
Yeah.
But obviously change it because you don't want exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is it. Share it everywhere. Share it, email, newsletter, social media, Google My Business card, put it all over the place. The other thing that you can do with your About Us page is you can make sure you are sending people to it from other places. So as I said before, quite often it's the second page that people will visit. So if they're coming in on your blog, just put a link to your About Us page somewhere in that blog or at the bottom. Now you've read our blog. Do you want to find out more about who we are? Go and visit our About Us page. Make it easy for people so that they can actually get there. Just make sure it is a useful piece of content on your website. Anything else? Any other ways of using it?
Well, can I add a 5-point B, which actually might play into the same thing, is link to it internally. I don't know if this is what you're getting at, actually, Rach, now I'm thinking about it. Link to it internally from your other pages and link out from it. So don't just have it as like a dead end page. Make sure that you're referencing it across your website, like find out more about us, click here to find out who we are, want to find out more, have a nosy, click like, as buttons, or embed it in the text, put it on your menu or put it in your footer. And then from the About Us page, consider what the user journey is there. So use it as part of your sales tool as well. So consider that they'll have come to the homepage, they're curious perhaps, they'll then go to the About Us page, and then what? You don't just want it to be like a dead end. You want to then push them on. So like what you see, browse our shop, or want to know more, book a consultation, or view our services, or all of that, multiple ways for people then to go. And use your Google Analytics. If you go into Google Analytics and you click on behavior and you go to behavior flow on the left-hand side, you will see where your traffic is going to from that page. So push them, use that information and push people, harness it so that you
make it easy.
Make it easier, exactly, so that you're encouraging more people, because that's the way that people are taking the path through your website. And similarly, when you find out how they're arriving at that About Us page, put a button on those pages so that people can easily navigate to those pages. So really use it as part of your sales process and don't underestimate it.
Absolutely.
It could be a simple thing of next is contact us, which can send you to the contact page or contact form. Or it could be join our newsletter, and it could be a drip feed email marketing campaign to work on that know, like, and trust, with interspersing contact us about our services type thing. So there's what, like you say, Hannah, there's so many different ways. It just depends on your sales process and how it works. So for e-commerce, it's go to the shop. Service industry, it might be, because it might be more of an investment price point there. It might have to work on that know, like, and trust and push it forward.
The other thing you can do, I mean, I've seen multiple ways that people have done an About Us sort of section on the website as opposed to a specific page. I was when I was auditing another website the other week, I came across a website, and the people were just front and center of every single page. They really put the company at the heart of it. And even on every page you were on, there was a banner where the faces of the main people scrolled across. So they said, this, I love this bit of our business, or this is why I really enjoy working on this part of the business. And it really, you left that website thinking those people love that business, and they might hate it, but it gave a really good impression. So think about how it's integrated. It doesn't just have to be, as Hannah said, one page that hangs there by itself. Use it in your others. And the other thing you can do is use it in your offline marketing. Use that content to put it in your brochure, make a PDF, send it out to prospective clients. Sometime, in fact, Liz and I were talking about this the other day, weren't we? If you get an inquiry in, sometimes they might not be the right person for you. And so sending them some more information about who you are and how much you cost and what the process is means that you then might wheedle that person out. So you're not unnecessarily wasting time doing quotes that they were never going to go for anyway. So it can be a really useful piece of content as part of that on and offline marketing process, sales strategy, can't it?
Definitely.
Because how many times do you have that meet the makers, say, over on Instagram, and they'll do the good post about the background about them? It's only the same thing as the about page, and should be used frequently to either engage existing clients or bring on new people and let them know who you are.
That's a really good point, actually, Liz. That you know, we're working on a retention strategy at the moment with Grow Traffic, aren't we? And we're looking at that. You know, what we find is a lot of our clients come to us for our thing, and they don't realize that we do all of this other stuff that we could do for them. So they might, for instance, go and get a copywriter somewhere else because they don't realize that we do it. And your About Us page, again, it's not just part of your sales strategy; it's part of your ongoing retention strategy. Keep that conversation going. You know, keep your page updated and show your existing customers as well, actually, you know, we've just done this and we're doing that and blah blah. It shouldn't just be happening on your social media. That conversation should be happening on your website as well.
Definitely.
Okay, there we go. Right, so top 5 tips on creating a really good About Us page. Number 1, have an About Us page. It's easy peasy, but get it on there. Number 2, make it unique, make it personal to you, inject some personality into it, you know, make it reflect who you are as a company. Number 3, have good photos, professional photos. Don't have to be in a suit and tie, but just get some good photos and have a range on there, have a choice and show off who you are as a company. We're very visual people. Oh, I thought you fell off your chair there.
No,
number 4
cat is just going mad.
All right, okay. Number 4, provide your credentials and trust signals. You know, emphasize who are you? Why should people work with you? Why should they give you their money? And number 5, use it. Use it as an ongoing basis in your sales, your marketing, your social media, your collateral, everything. Keep it up to date and keep using it. Liz Henson, Liz Hall, final point, please.
You've thrown me off now because you've got maiden name, married name. I always confused.
You're just Liz Henson in my head. You always will be. I
Liz
always
Henson,
forget that you are married. Yeah,
that's fine. Photos. The more photos, the better. Better if they're professional.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Hannah Wineold. Final thought.
Links, don't just have it there like hanging there as an empty page. Use it and don't lose it. Use it.
Yeah, and mine would be just, you know, be authentic, guys. But really, you know, just it's so important. Reflect who you are. It really, it's not rocket science. Don't copy somebody else's. Do your own thing. You can go your own way. There we go.
You can.
Right. Thank you very much, you two. Much appreciated. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. I absolutely, as usual, can't remember what the hell we're talking about in 2 weeks' time, but we will be back. If you are watching this back on Facebook Live, then please do comment if you have a question, because we will see it and we will answer you. You can also contact us at info@growtraffic.co.uk. If you are listening to this as a podcast, please like and subscribe and keep your ears out, because our new GTFO podcast is being launched very soon, which will be very exciting. And if you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe below. That's it. Thank you very much. We're off for the BBA Awards tonight. More stuff to do.
Bon chance.
Thank you very much.